YouTube, we waited 137 days, or 19 weeks and 4 days for our next update, and it's finally here, the Webgrave update. And I can tell you how excited I've been to showcase our newest acquisition, Nemesis. This gun took my heart in a second. The moment you get your hands on it, you'll fall in love with it too, trust me. If you haven't played Witchfire yet, this is the perfect moment to buy the game. With the new map, which we're going to play today, the increased arsenal, the new stats and beats, this is the moment to jump onto the train. With that being said, I cleared the map first so you won't have too many spoilers and you can explore the map for yourself too. Enough for the introduction, let's jump right in. Nemesis is a medium to long range weapon with 6 bullets in the magazine, and it's an absolute powerhouse. Let's talk about its Mysteria first before we talk about gear, beats and prophecies. Critical hits may mark nearby enemies. Marked enemies take increased critical damage. The original target may also be marked. Killing a marked enemy with a critical hit instantly marks another. And last but not least, killing a marked enemy with a critical hit triggers a fiery shockwave, knocking back and burning nearby enemies. Of course, we always want to hit our critical hits. We learned that from Hunger, ASE and Duelist. But this gun has a built-in Blood of a Banshee overkill and a shockwave mechanic. So it's even more important to hit our critical hits. With that in mind, we have two options. We can go with another stack of knockback and burn in the form of Blood of a Banshee. Or we could add to our critical damage and equip Painted Tooth. But I recommend Blood of a Banshee for the awesome AoE. I pair it with Henbane and Dynamo Ring, which plays an important role in this setup because it's a little ammo saver and an AoE catalyst. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. We pair that with an all-time classic, Stake Ball. We take Burning Stake as our heavy spell and Storm Ball as our light spell. As our beats, I chose Ammo Reserves 1, Light Spell Charge, Elixir Beat 2, Ammo Preservation Beat, and the Free Arcana Beat. The combo of Ammo Reserves with Ammo Preservation is worth a video on its own, so please keep that combination in mind. The Free Arcana Beat is pretty dope. It lets you unveil Arcana at no cost, so the Free Arcana Beat is maybe the strongest beat in the game because it will let you pick any Arcana of your liking, or at least from the 3 Arcanas that the game throws at you, but you can unveil them without the need of using a feather for the unveil, and then you can pick whatever you fit best into your build. So I think the Free Arcana Beat is a no-brainer. In order to use the Ammo Preservation Beat, you want to have at least Faith on 30 and Arsenal on 20. That being said, let's look at our stats. I am at Flesh 30, Blood 30, Mind on 47 and Witchery on 45, which gives me a pretty nice spell recharge. Then I have Arsenal on 34, which makes ammo reserves a little bit bigger and weapon handling a lot smoother, and Faith on 35. Finally, let's talk about prophecies. I can't stress that enough. If you're unsure about the prophecies, check out the Witchfire wiki for all possible Arcana combinations, or join the Discord to discuss the matter with us. But surely enough, you can follow the guide here and I'll try to give you the best suggestions. As a no-brainer, we want to strengthen our elements, so we take Fire and Air element as the first prophecies. Since we play around critical hits, Deadeye is next, followed by Destruction, and for more damage on the gun and therefore more overkill. We finish that with the Firearm Prophecy, Lightness and Spells Prophecies. Let's jump in and have a look at the new map, guys. Okay, so what does that look like in action? So, once you hit your first critical shot, you will see a little, yeah, something like a flame. Look, did you see that? And this is the mark. And once the enemy is marked, it will fly. Did you hear that sizzling sound? And another enemy will get marked. Now the enemy is far in the back, which is a little bit impractical for our use right now, but maybe we can hit him anyway. Nope. Not this time. But did you see why I'm playing Dynamo Ring? Because it's just strong. There, we got it. And I don't have to spend any ammunition on those last enemies, because Dynamo Ring will do so much damage on the burning enemies that I actually don't have to spend too much on them. That was too far away. And there we go. Easy as that. And this is the reason why this gun makes so much fun. It's so satisfying. You gotta be a little bit picky on your targets. Because actually the gun gives you your next target. But that is totally fine. You can play around that easily. And this is the nice AoE of Dynamo Ring. Ah, that was poor. And another AoE. That's the big shockwave. And it's just beautiful. This is so satisfying to play, actually. So, you just give them a nice little hit. Ah, look at the townswoman. Beautiful enemy. So well designed. Yep, let's take the lightning bolts. And this is why I really like the free Arcana beat, because it lets you freely choose the Arcana that you want to play without having to spend any feathers. Wasn't that beautiful? Now let's go to the hardest encounter and see that in action on the hardest encounter. Oh, wrong direction. Yep, there we go. Right hand side now. That was poor. That is still poor. Now we're getting into the flow. You want to take out those guys as fast as possible. They can be pretty nasty. Alright, let's do that one more time. But without the stake combo. We got our mark. This is now our marked enemy. And this is something that can also happen. The mark can fly pretty far. And if you don't realize that the mark is not on one of the enemies that, or where you would them expect to be, then that means that the mark flew somewhere else and marked an enemy maybe in another camp. Or as we saw here in this example, somebody from the hunt. So you always want to attack the enemy with the mark, because obviously that will give you the most damage. But if that's not possible, just go on, you will get another mark. And look at those beautiful explosions. From all the overkill. Okay, real talk here. That was our last camp on the map. Yep, that was the last camp. I'm still at 16 bullets, and I didn't make too much use of stake ball. So you can imagine, if you use your spells all the time on cooldown, you can imagine how ammo efficient and how good this gun actually is. So it's easy to say that this gun became my favorite gun, like in a heartbeat. It's simply amazing, and you should give it a try. Let me know in the comments below if you like this gun, if you tried this gun, what you think about it. I'm really curious what you think about Nemesis, because for me, this is my go-to gun as of now. Guys, this was it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, have a good one.